Tonight, we would like to present Donald Trump with an historic and noble award and an honorary Camelot Castle Knighthood.
Donald Trump continues to dominate. Thousands of people
all the way around the convention
biggest
center,
crowd today.
surging in the polls. Far out.
More than double. Resort will be out.
Trump is different.
He's his own man.
totally fearless. Cannot be
He's the
stopped.
last hope for America. The silent majority is back.
Good evening and welcome to Camelot Castle and the Round Table. Tonight we are celebrating at Camelot Castle along with many American voters who have now put Donald Trump in pole position in his race for the White House. It's very, very exciting.
Yes, and today is the victory not only for the United States, but for the rest of the planet. As an owner of Russian-speaking newspapers, I would like to pass congratulations from all of our readers to Mr. Trump, his family, and all of America. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity to allow Mr. Trump to lead in this campaign and make America and the rest of the planet great again.
It is exciting, as I say, and it's worth remembering really why it is that people love Mr. Trump. He is unowned. He is not owned by political lobbyists. For many, many decades, the American political process has been controlled by those people who pay. The beauty about Donald Trump, he doesn't need anybody else's money. That makes him a formidable threat to the vested interests that have been controlling this world for decades. And I think that's why people love him. What we really appreciate is the fact that Trump is bringing the idea of what it means to be unowned as a politician to the rest of the world. Because trust me, the politicians here have been owned for decades. All of us, as citizens of the United Kingdom, have been influenced to some degree by lobbyists. And politicians here don't necessarily do what is in the best interests of the voters. What Donald Trump has done is he has changed politics worldwide. In England now, people are starting to talk about electing politicians that are not so politically correct and are not being funded essentially by big business. This is a great freedom, and it's something that I know that King Arthur would be proud of. And tonight we have something very, very special for Mr. Trump. Everybody the world over has heard of the noble deeds of the Knights of the Round Table. These are historic. And these were deeds that were done really for the good of all mankind. And that's one of the reasons why King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table is so loved. What Mr. Trump has done in his recent campaign is he has broken the back of the mainstream media. He has demonstrated that anybody can put their argument forward and say what it is that is on their mind. It's a great victory for freedom of speech. And to that end, we would like to present Mr. Trump with an award that goes back generations in time. It is very, very rarely awarded. It comes deep from the heart of the Camelot and Excalibur legend. The colours of Camelot Castle, or the arms, are flown above our battlements every day. They symbolize truth, freedom, and in many ways, the American dream. Because without the ability to think for oneself, without the ability to be politically incorrect, none of us have true freedom. What Donald Trump has done is raised a standard above the battlements of the United States of America. Knighthoods have been awarded through the centuries for the most noble of deeds. And this round table is a testimony the 24 knights that sat at this table, each had done deeds to deserve their seat at the table. Tonight, it is our greatest of honours to award a Camelot Castle Knighthood to Donald Trump. So from this day forth, Donald Trump shall be known at Camelot Castle as Sir Donald Trump of Camelot. Many, many congratulations, and we look forward to you receiving the arms of Camelot at Trump Tower in New York. Congratulations, Donald Trump.
We have a movement going on, folks.
John, what changes have you noticed here in the United Kingdom locally?
Well, it's very interesting that you ask, and there is no question that the changes here as a result of Mr. Trump's campaign are highly significant. In fact, last week we were dining in what is one of the most historic and oldest gentlemen's clubs in London, and there was no question that the conversation was 100% behind what Mr. Trump was putting forward. And the conversation among what I would describe as some of England's greatest movers and shakers was very much that Mr. Trump has opened a conversation that has long been due to be opened. And many of the things that Mr. Trump has been saying have provided an extraordinary service both to the United States and to Europe, where we ourselves have a number of the problems that Mr. Trump is referring to in the United States. The real thing about Donald Trump, and I think it's one of the reasons why people love him, he says it as it is. He's not using teleprompters. He's not using script writers or speech writers. He speaks from the heart. He speaks on his feet. Sure, sometimes he says something that is completely politically incorrect, and thank God he does, because the world has been waiting for a leader like this. This is pure oxygen to the world, and Godspeed Donald Trump. What Donald Trump has launched and announced to this world is a groundbreaking, new political philosophy. It's very welcome. So can I ask you, why is it that Trump is so popular in Russia?
Well, Russian people appreciate a potential president of the United States who will actually get on with our president and actually, for the first time, have a really good, productive relationship with the United States. Because Russian people really love America and always have for a long time. Despite all the propaganda, there's a lot of affinity there for America.
I think that's true. I think it's true. I mean, what I found, and I don't know if this is your experience, but women tend to really trust Mr. Trump.
Yes, they do. He is a trustworthy individual, and men respect him for his skills, for his success, for his power. And women see a softer part of him and kindness, really. He's a family man, and he has really wonderful children. He has a beautiful family. He has very strong family values and a very beautiful wife, 2 beautiful daughters. And this is very, very attractive. And somebody like this, a sincere person, a person with real integrity and values, is the right person to lead America and influence the rest of the world.
I completely agree. One of the other points where Mr. Trump has been incredibly strong is in the war against drugs. And he himself is completely teetotal. He has never had a cigarette. He has never had a drop of alcohol. And we see drugs in this country and in America ravaging our societies. It's a scary thing. And for the first time, I think we would have a president in the White House that would actually do something about it and really take on the factors that get in the way of both rehabilitating drug addicts and preventing children from starting drugs in the first place. None of his children have ever touched a drug or used alcohol. That's an incredible example in today's world.
This is very impressive, and he is, of course, someone who recognizes this as a problem, and he speaks up about it. He's not quiet, and he doesn't pretend that this is not happening. He acknowledges this as a problem, and he is going to do something about it. And that is very, very exciting and refreshing.
I think you're right, and I think the average voter in America understands that on a day-to-day basis, the volume of drugs in society coming into the United States is something that whoever gets into the White House has to do something about that. I think it's a very, very important point, and I think it's an issue on which Mr. Trump is stronger than any other candidate.
Absolutely, very, very strong. And this is, of course, a problem not only for America, this is a problem for the United Kingdom, this is a problem for Russia, for many states in former USSR. This is a huge problem internationally. And if he, as an American president, sets a very strong precedent in his war against drugs, it will catch on and the rest of the planet will follow suit.
Now, from your perspective, as a Russian media owner, as a woman, as a wife, as a mother, what message would you give to Donald Trump? What do you think you would like to say to him?
I would like to very sincerely thank him, and it is very emotional to realize that a potential leader has finally emerged, because this was something we could only dream of. And today we are seeing it happening, and we finally have hope and faith, and all our prayers are now with American people, and we're really, really praying that Americans make the right choice.
What we started to notice about 3 months ago is that many of the movers and shakers in this country started to line up behind Mr. Trump. And we've noticed the exact same phenomena across all of Europe. What we're noticing is a paradigm shift, a shift in understanding across Europe in terms of the political philosophy that people are willing to accept. And although Mr. Trump may well be one of the most competent and effective business managers that the world has ever seen, this truly is a revolution of the people. And what I've noticed is that it is the ordinary people of America and of this country, of the United Kingdom, that love that about Mr. Trump.
Absolutely, and these are the people that make our countries great indeed.
Well, it would be nice to think that something similar could occur in this country.
And I'm sure if Mr. Trump wins the election, it will happen here.
I'm sure it will. Let's hope we have our Donald Trump for the United Kingdom.
Absolutely, and thank you to all of our friends in America.
Thank you.